Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. It's time for your mayor update. Julio Radafrada is back, and you got a lot of things that you work on throughout the year, but budget is like huge. And going into this year, a lot of things. I think we've talked budget almost. There's something along the lines of budget every time we've met up, and knowing that this was going to be a tough budget. Every budget is a tough budget, is what I would tell you for being here. But nevertheless, Julia, the budget is out there for people. It's your proposed budget. So let's go high level first off. Okay. And you've done a really good job here of I'm starting on page 5 for those of you keeping track at home. Page 5, it kind of kicks off with a letter and kind of what I would say is a pretty good overview because there's a lot of information, a lot of moving parts this year that you added. So I opened the door to overall, what is the 2026 budget looking like?
Well, thank you, Jeremy. Yeah, so the budget process started like, 2-3 months ago.
More than that, I feel like, right?
We work behind the scene with a lot of people, a lot of department heads, our finance director, city administrator, deputy administrator, multiple meetings. And, we look at, first of all, the first question that they asked me, what are your priorities for your budget? And I was very clear where my priorities are. You know what I mean? So my priorities were like public safety, to invest in public safety, because this is something that I heard from, residents through my listening session. I have been doing listening session, coffee with the mayor, collecting a lot of feedback this year. During the referendum, we also collected a lot of information about what are the resident priority. So public safety is one. And then the quality of life of the city. People really love to live in Fitchburg because of the quality of life that we have here. How to continue to improve, maintain the quality of life and improve it. Then, as we know, because we went to a referendum, most of our department here are understaffed. We did a referendum fail, and we have to rethink how we are going to use our resources in a more efficient way. And for me, retention of the employees is number one because, we need to keep our great employees here providing the benefits. And also I was able to improve some of the benefits too. And also maintaining, we are a growing municipality that we are investing in a lot of infrastructure and how we can maintain all our needs and balance our budget. And I think the budget that I am bringing, number 4, my biggest priority is to keep our taxes aligned with inflation, at least, We have received increases in cost, like premiums for our health insurance, dental, like almost 9%, 6%, and those one bring a big dent in our budget. But my priority was to say how we can maintain all of this. And also we did the exercise that in order to allocate this priority, we need to go through each department budget and determine what are the things that we can delay or you don't need. And I think everyone kind of pitch in, to maintain some of the priorities. And this is what I said is a team effort because, we have our first draft. I say, okay, how we can, clean this up, bring the priorities. And for me, those ones were my priorities, If we were to go to public safety, people will say, okay, but you had the vehicle registration fee. And we were lucky to have the vehicle registration fee because without the vehicle registration fee, we will have to make more difficult decisions, like maybe laying off people or cutting services, And this vehicle registration additional revenue help us to found the money for the operational cost for the police facility that is going to cost $500,000 to maintain this building. Also increase, the peak hour for our EMS because we are growing, we have more calls, so we are increasing some of the peak hour for our part-timers in the Ficherona. And then also our pay-on-call firefighter, And these budgets are increasing the wage from 12 to 15 hours, plus, it's not enough 15 hours, I wish I have more money to increase
$12 to $15 an hour is pretty good.
But the idea is, since I became mayor, having started increasing, because when I became mayor, it was $9 per hour. I moved it to 12, and now I moved it to 15. They also have other certification that they increase a little bit more, but in the pay on calls, for me, the salary was a key priority, and also adding the reclassification on a lieutenant. So that one in public safety. In quality of life, improving the quality of life, we are improving the public transportation for routes 65 and 75 and paratransit. That is critical. And this was something that we are using, 100% the vehicle registration fee. And that one is going to bring more, frequency during weekdays, on nights and weekend, because some of our biggest employers request that we need to improve that. So that one is also economic development aspect, improving public transportation. And also, continue. The other thing that we are going to work this year is, we have an affordable housing plan fund, $10 million. That one was is not levy money. It's money that we obtain because when we close a successful tax incremental district, we use the increment for a year to fund this, and this money can be also used for affordable housing initiative. And the city has a couple of a great initiative that we started rolling forward in the summer. Some of them is like, the rental rehabilitation efficiency navigator program, additional investment in workforce housing through deferred loans. We are looking at the development of a new down payment assistance program, and also an emergency housing fund for our seniors that they own a home, and sometimes, we are trying to say how we can help those people if they have some issue, something breaks and they don't have a repair, they don't have the funds, how we can help them. But all these initiatives are funded through the City Affordable Housing Fund, not with the property levy. And also maintaining the HNI grant, investing in our housing underserved neighborhood is another priority of mine, has been since we created this program. And the idea how we can add additional funding every year. Because, when I firmly believe when we improve all those areas, we are improving the whole quality of life of the city, And as I mentioned, supporting our employees, because our city success relies in our employees. You guys are the engine of and we are a service organization. So almost 72% of our budget is personnel. And it means wages, benefit, retirement. And I think that this budget is also providing an increase on the, adjustment in the salary, increase of COLA, 2%, and the merit. And also I am bringing an additional paid parental leave. I started with 2 in my 2024 budget, and now I increased it to 3 weeks. Because we have a young population. If you look at the police department and the fire department, we have a very young workforce, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think this is a great benefit that we can provide, especially, you want to, when you have a baby, that you can take at least 3 weeks off, pay, off to be with your baby. I wish I can do more, but, we are starting that. And the other one is to be sure that, we are delivering, the city share of the property tax, our city share,
Yes.
It delivers, a great value for our residents. And I think that one was the balance that I mentioned at the beginning is, the tax levy increase is 2.4. In general, the budget is going to be around 3% increase. In an average home of $500,000, they're going to see an $83 increase in taxes. So,
does that move with inflation as well? So is that compared to inflation in general when you get to that 2 to 3%?
Yeah, it's close by. Yeah, that one is always my point, to be part to inflation or under inflation, because we are immune to inflation. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Construction costs, all the personal costs. You know what I mean? So, and people can say, well, I would like to see a 1-2% increase. But in order to do that, they're going to say, we can do that, but we need to cut services because the money has to come out from some part. You know what I mean?
So I think we talked about it earlier, just to really dive down into the vehicle registration fee, just understanding the use, the use of that and how did that play into the budget this year.
Yeah.
So you already mentioned it pretty good, but just recap, how does that, it was about $1 million added to this budget. How has that been utilized?
That one is going to be utilized, I mentioned, with a cost, the operational cost for the police facility. Service enhancement, is another $300,000. EMS, we have a new service agreement. The city of Fitchburg had to pay more, in our district. That one is part, and also the increase on, we have library fund, IT, and then we have also other, we are opening another polling station in 2026. And when you open a new polling station, we have almost $55,000 on new staffing plus equipment. So that when you start adding, we have, a couple of $100,000 there too. So.
It's a lot of information. The great news is everything that the mayor just went over is right out of the top part of the budget. So you can see the whole budget. What's important here is you have a chance now to hear, there's a couple of things coming up. First off, the departments will be making presentations on Tuesday, September 30th and Wednesday, October 1st to the Finance Committee. You really want to know what the departments are working on, kind of understand their budget. They're going to break it down for you, kind of high level. Then folks will have a chance to come in and comment on your proposed budget. That's on October 14th during the Common Council meetings,
it's
right at the top.
Public
hearing on it. Then council can come back and bring their amendments to the budget. There'll be a public hearing following that October 16th. Those are due October 16th, public hearing to follow, and then adoption. So you said it at listening sessions, and I love you saying this. If you want to help, if you want to sit down with you, have a conversation.
Oh, yeah, they can come.
And I've heard that from alders as well. If you have questions, ask.
Yeah.
I mean, just ask.
And I'm going to do a presentation on my budget to the Finance Committee meeting because I like to do that. I like to put together a presentation before the head of the department.
Before the department start,
I do it every year since I became mayor. And I am planning to do that so people can see my presentation there, and it's going to be also in the minutes. So, and if people want to talk to me about this, they approach, I am willing to talk to people and explain this budget. And I think we need to be proud of the budget we put together. It's a balanced budget. We are keeping all the excellent services that we provide to our residents, and we didn't have to cut anything, with this budget.
It's sort of like saying you're status quo because you're not increasing any services at this point, but you're supporting the staff, you're supporting the services that you got, and trying to keep that in line, essentially.
Yeah, and then we are allocating more money in public safety too. So.
All right, well, that's all the time.
Okay, thank you.
It's a lot of information, but I appreciate you breaking it down. And again, if you got any questions, reach out to your alders, to your mayor, even the administrators. They're here to answer any questions. And those presentations are coming up. We'll have them here on Fact TV for you. And we'll see you next month already.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.